Do you intend to purchase any holiday gifts this year? Food, decorations? Well, you might want to get on that because rumor is Santa and his reindeer are a little behind schedule. For most of our adult lives, we have been blissfully unaware of the supply chain, but that has certainly changed thanks to COVID. Bottom line, our global supply chain is a shit show right now. And while it may sound complicated, it's actually not. There was a sudden and massive spike in demand that far exceeds our existing supply chain infrastructure. Those of us here in the US for the last year and a half have been sitting relatively fat, happy, and vaccinated on a lot of government stimulus money, which means demand for durable goods skyrocketed as we shifted our discretionary spending from services and experiences to products. This buying frenzy happened right at the same time global manufacturers were ceasing production and retailers slashed orders and furloughed workers. They were all hunkering down to protect themselves from the unknowns of the pandemic. When they ultimately realized that consumer spending was just going up and up and up, they came out of their caves and issued massive orders to not only refill the inventory that had already been taken, but to also meet future demand. The rise in demand created massive port congestions. Cargo ships moving in and out of Chinese ports has increased 2.5 times. Ports cannot be expanded overnight to handle that level of volume. Thus, a supply chain bottleneck was formed, and then Murphy's Law happened. If it could go wrong, it did go wrong. China, which for the record produces 85% of the world's toys, is having a power shortage and is literally cutting power to factories as we speak. Manufacturing in Southeast Asia, a great alternative to China, is still heavily disrupted by COVID itself. With less than 16% of the Vietnamese population vaccinated, you can see why they're still struggling to even manufacture products. Europe has a gas shortage. Natural disasters like floods and hurricanes have wreaked havoc, not just on the supply chain, but on the production of raw materials. Oh, and not to mention that big beached whale of a container ship that blocked the Suez Canal for weeks this spring. But let's just say your Christmas packages somehow make it to America and off the boat. We still have to get them to a retailer, or for many of us, our front porch. And here is where we run into domestic supply chain issues. There is basically not enough of anything. There is a lack of trucks, cargo containers, warehouse capacity, and rail infrastructure. Most challenging to our domestic supply chain is the lack of labor. We have a severe shortage of truck drivers and employees in warehouse and distribution centers. The secret to Amazon's success and two-day shipping has been their ability to forecast demand and stock inventory in strategic locations to meet that demand. Like everyone else, Amazon is struggling to do so. So here's what you need to know as we enter the holidays. Number one, retailers are having issues stocking shelves, period. If there is a high demand item that you know you want, buy it now. Retail analysts believe that once they are gone, retailers will have issues restocking shelves in the middle of the season. Toys, electronics, furniture and appliances, and automobiles are the most challenged goods right now. If you find something you want and you want it before Christmas, buy it now. Chances are you may not even be able to get it by Christmas at this point. A good example of this is Home Depot. They ran out of Halloween supplies in August. Number three, given the low levels of inventory, analysts are not expecting large sales or major deals this holiday season. True, you may capture a deal if you wait longer, but don't expect any major discounts like we've seen in the past. And then finally, higher shipping charges will most likely be passed to the consumer. Consider buying an item online, but then choosing in-store pickup to save cash. So this is going to be a tough holiday season for us all. Your best bet for buying the items you want at the best price is to start shopping now. That's it for this week. This is Jeannie Fisher, the 401k Lady.